Good afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and I'm now off for the next week. Not much been done this week, obviously been busy at work. Well, not busy at work, but I've been at work. So I've been down to Boys this morning. It's a bit like the old Wilco's, where it's actually exactly where Wilco's was. And I've picked up a few bits and pieces here.
New blowtorch. That should be much better one than the Chinese crap that I got. I'm getting some more fire bricks for the shed. I've gotten some black gate polish for the fire as well. Getting some more blades. Getting a new soaker, new bolster, new lamps. Getting some slug and snail killer, which should come in handy for down here. I'm going to go and check them in a minute actually, because I'll tell you more about that in a second. And I've also got some staples to see if the staples work with my staple gun. So I've been buying. I've also been getting some Wi-Fi temperature and humidity sensors, so for the tunnels to see how warm it does get, so I can check that from when I'm at home and stuff as well. So it wasn't too bad. It was only 12 quid or something for them. That's for 1 to 2 pack, this one. I'll stick a link in the description, obviously everything that I've been getting. I've had a few people ask us obviously where I've been getting all the stuff that I've been using, obviously like the cameras, the Wi-Fi dongle, pretty much everything I've bought has been off Amazon. So what I'll do is I'll pop all of the links in, and if you want to get yourself like a camera or anything like that, a Wi-Fi dongle, stuff like that, then you can click on the link and you can obviously help yourself to whatever you want. But I've also been down into the middle greenhouse before I started recording there, and I'll show you what I've been doing in there. I can't remember if I showed you the other day or not, if I just did it. So what I did was I went over all of the tomatoes and I took all the side shoots off and I actually put them in. And as you can see at the bottom there, one of them's actually already rooted. Looks like that's actually, I'll have to go and get that one out the bottom of there. But I've come back in today and I've spotted more side shoots on the side of the tomatoes. They're absolutely massive. So I'll show you what I want to do with them. Size of them buggers. We'll get the top greenhouse, I'll show you. But just walking past the lilies here, and I see a common enemy right next to here. You can see him right in that leaf there. Good night. I've actually already been over these and I've found a few critters. Getting rid of them. But these are looking lovely and healthy. A couple of new ones here as well. Get rid of that so I don't spot it again. These tulips, they smell delightful. These are the new ones. The size of them. I've got them running all the way down there. What a lovely picture that is. You can slowly walk down as well. It's like it was hearts and clubs or something like that. But they look lovely then. All the way down the side here. I'm going to get some more tulips and I'm going to have loads and loads of tulips. I think like tulips on this area looking like it's Holland. Anyways, in here. So what I've been doing is I'm getting some pine pots and I've just stuck them all in water like that. So I've had that many. Look, I've got that many. I've had to use 2. In fact, I'm going to get 3 out because they're the ones that I didn't take off the first time round. Every single one of them in there could root and create a new tomato. They're all side shoots off all of the sun gold tomatoes. Absolutely tons of them. Inside of the brassica cage with the giants, I've actually moved some of the ones at the front because I wasn't happy with the way they were. And I've actually found what's eating the Swedes. It's ants. The ants are eating it. That's what's getting at it. So I'm going to have to get some ant killer because I think they've eaten all the way through that one. Little get. That's probably going to be knackered now. I'm going to have to probably take that one down there and pop it into here instead. Ants on every single one. So I'll just put some lime on down there. I'll get some ant killer, ant remover should I say, ant unaliver. But hopefully I might be able to save that if I get some put some yellow sulphur on. I mean, taking the leaves and everything, look at that. Slugs and snails have been getting at them. Like I say, I've got some slug stuff for that. So yeah, anyways, the ones that I took from down here, I've just potted up. I did this very quickly the other day. I just took the soil from there, popped it into these pots, and I just put some netting over the top very quickly because I just needed to protect them. So they're doing all right up there. I'm going to end up leaving them in there because I cannot move them, which is a downside. But it is what it is. Like I say, I can't move them because the bottoms are going to come away. That's all the suckers taken off these tomatoes in here. are looking lovely, these like. But I need to stake them up. Oh, look at that one. Still missed a couple. Look at the size of that one I've missed, man. No matter what you do, you always miss a few. So I'm going to go around these. I'm going to stake them up for the next slot, because I've already done one at the bottom, but obviously they've grown a bit too tall for that, so I need to put another set of rings around here just to support them up against the cane, and that's this middle greenhouse taken care of. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some feed in to here, give these a bit of a drink. So this is just some water feed, 10:1 ratio. So I'm going to pop some of that in the main tank, and this time round I can have a feed for a week. Just quickly, I've been down here, and the weed membrane I put on this bed was crap. It wasn't very good. By the looks of things, when I've dug this over and rotivated it, all I've done is stick the mare's tail at the very sides. So I've been around and I've de-weeded down the sides there. Just pulled it up, big long lengths. There's a bit there you see coming through. So because it's already loose, it just snaps. Where's the rest of it? Just snaps. So I'm just have to keep on top of that. I'm going to get some of that stuff that I used inside the polytunnel and put it down on this bed, but this carrot tape is still on there, and there is some germination happening with the carrots, so I'm just going to leave that and see how it goes in any case. So here's looking good. They're just reaching for the sky, which is fantastic. Like I said last week, I put some moonshine bio down as well to make sure I got inside the leaves, inside the flutes. I didn't do it on this when it was sunny. I did it when it was shaded. The back of here, obviously the chilies, they're doing all right. It's when I get cold. I have brought a new battery for my clock because my clock is not working, so I need to sort that out, which I'll do right this very second. And then from that, I've actually bought something else for in here. I like that dripper system that much. I got a refund on some ceiling fans that I bought off Amazon, which didn't work with the solar panels that I got, which I'm now currently waiting for different ones coming, which should work. So I got a refund with them, and with that refund, I just bought another dripper system. So again, like I mentioned earlier, I've put that into the link for that in the comments below. Obviously, you don't have to have Wi-Fi to be able to have that on your plot. You can just do it manually. So you can just set it away and then go and do something else, so it's quite handy. But I'm going to do it in here. I've got a big tank on the outside of there, so I'm debating whether or not to do it up high, put it up the top here, and then feed it down one side, down and the other side, and just have the pipe into the main tank. I'll see how it goes, but I need to sort out the irrigation in here for all of the onions. I've already got the soaker hose on the underside, so I can do the whole bed, or I can just do it drip fed. So I don't know. I might do it, I might not. Two minds, but I've got one anyways. If not, I'll give it Leslie, or I'll do something else with it. Or I'll send it back. Get a refund. It's just I'm in two minds whether to do it or not. No, I'm not going to do it in here. I've changed my mind. You know what I'm like? I'll wing it. I'm actually going to put it in the bottom greenhouse because I'm planning on putting cucumbers and all sorts in there, and different bits and pieces, so it'll be better used inside the greenhouse than it would in here, because this is already preset and ready to go, because I just need to come in and attach the hose down here, and that's not too bad. I've just set these two temperature and humidity sensors up. Very easy to set up. I've pulled the tab out the bottom. I've already got Smart Life on my phone for a few other devices I've got at home, so all I need to do was to click on the add button and then pull the tab out, and it automatically found these sensors. And because I was connected to the Allotment Wi-Fi already, I just had to copy and paste the password, and it was all done. So I'm going to move these. I forget which one was what. One's yellow and one's blue. I'll have to swap them over and see which one's what. Right, there's one on there. Comes with a double-sided pad, so that can stay on there. And the other one is in the other polytunnel, which is in here. It's on that side as well. So I've got to see exactly what temperature is what, and the humidity in here as well. I'm going to shut up shop here. Before I do that, I'm actually going to put the battery in the clock, and I've had a look in here, and the water pressure is absolutely fine all the way along. So I think I am definitely going to pop two more drippers, one into there and one into there. I've got the stuff to do it now, so I'm going to do it now. So still got this on in here, put it on for an hour just so I can make sure that everything's going to be working fine. They're all filling up nicely. I've got them all measured drip by drip. That one's going a bit too quick for my liking though, so I'll just take that one down. That one's fine, and even these ones, as you can see, dripping down fine into there. This one as well is dripping down fine into there, and that's coming stapled. I've stapled them from the middle sections there all the way down, so it actually is pushing it all the way around, which is great. This is the bit at the end. So it's dripping into there, dripping into there. Fantastic. That's dripping nicely into there. That one is dripping. This is going to come very handy for me. And I was contemplating and thinking with these two barrels and what to do, and put a T-piece on and put a valve on, so one sucks and the other one doesn't. So, but I thought I'll just move that one from there into there, and then I can feed for a week, go back to watering the next week. But this is all sorted. Next thing to do, in preparation for the ceiling fans going in here, I've getting one of these. Now, Arlene, thanks very much for the idea. Sad that the first lot of ceiling fans didn't work, but in preparation I'm going to get this panel up. I'm going to put it basically on top of here, and then I'm going to have the controllers sections here popped, possibly like on the top of here, this section here. I've already got it set up next door. I've got it at the back there, just run across the main beam, and at the minute got it stapled in there, 4 USB ports, and it's currently charging my booster pack. Let's see, it's not going to be massive, but some juice is better than none at the minute. But I will have the fans, I'll have two, one there and one there, circulate around. I might even put them there and the side, I don't know, I'll see what happens. But I'll have that on, plugged into there, so they'll just come on whenever the sun's out, and then go off when it's not, because realistically, I've already got good circulation around here. It's just to circulate that warm air up here down. So I'm just messing about and playing, to be honest. This year is trying to be a little bit automatic, which so far it's actually working. These kohlrabi on the drippers are doing absolutely fantastic. They're looking lovely and clean. Now, normal kohlrabi, you normally harvest when it's about the same size as a golf ball. My hand, for example, that one, what them ones, you see they're all different sizes here. That's a smaller one, so they're all in the back. That's a tiny little one and all, so that's at the back. That one's all right. And then moving across, we've got the beetroots doing all right. Come across, we've got another one in here, just throwing off loads of leaves. Same with that one there, but they're soaked, they've got plenty. And then moving on to the carrots. Carrots are looking good. I like the look of this one so far, and also like the look of the second one in. Let's have a little funnel around here and see what we can see. Just put a little bit of water on. Not trying to disturb them too much, but hey, look at that. We've got a bit of orange carrot. Look at it. So tempted to try and pull it out, but I don't want to, because hopefully it's going to go all the way down there, as far as it can go down, and then get bigger. So I'm pleased so far the way these are. I have watered the bases to try and keep the bottoms all nice and wet. Dean's back garden veg plot. He's potato in a bucket challenge, or potato challenge. I've got my volunteer potatoes coming up there. So they're just going to stop inside of here. They're looking alright. I've also got some on this side as well. I've cleaned across the top. There's a carrot in there for some reason. Use compost for you. So that's they're coming up alright. And also the carrots, because you're doing the carrot challenge as well. I've put a couple of in per section here. As you can see, we've got some life. Plenty of life in this one. So what I might do, I might just stick my finger in there, all the way down,
one here. You're not supposed to transplant carrots, but let's see what happens. I might need 2 hands for this. I might put that hole a bit too big. There we go. So it'll have 2 chances. Little or none. But this soil is moist underneath, so that's absolutely fine. These are doing fine as well. But like I say, this is I'm going to do this, let's get it all set up in the yellow polytunnel next. So when I do get the fans, I can just plug and play, away we'll go. I've also been down and I've filled up every single barrel going. I've noticed that inside the polytunnel, inside the middle greenhouse here, this back one was leaking and I was losing all my water. So that's a no-go. By the way, I got these off, which one was it? I think it was AliExpress. So, I see it's near. There's no advertising from me here, but that's just in case you're wondering where I got it from. That's where I got it from. And we'll see what they're like. Right, that's just popped up there. A couple of cable tie, a couple of staples at the top of there. And I've got the section on there. Like I say, it's a 6 volt, 6 watt, 600, 800 milliamp hour solar charger, solar panel with USB fittings. So hopefully that can run whatever I need to run, the 5 volt. I think they're just 5 volt fans. So I'll run them to there. I've also been in and I've put some more fly traps down as well. Fly trap. These are old ones that I had. They're crap, to be honest, because they keep ripping like this one did here. So I've tried to untwist it the best I can, but it ripped. I'm not touching it anymore because guess what? It's sticky. So I've done 3 in here and I've done 3 next door as well. I've also popped some cable ties just around the top of there, right on the edge, so it doesn't stop the sun onto the panel. So that's on there and that's all prep ready to go for when these panels come. The ceiling fans. I've noticed a drop in temperature, especially with the sun hiding behind the clouds. So let's have a quick look at the temperature in both of these tunnels through the app. The app's very easy to use. You just select the temperature one that you wanted. So for example there I've got blue polytunnel and it's showing me in a day. You can do it month to year, you can see how hot it's been, how cold it's been. You can do it hourly by hourly, you can do it day by day. So at the minute it's given us a 15.2 degrees Celsius temperature, 50% humidity, and also in the yellow polytunnel it's showing the humidity and the temperature in there as well. Once again tells us if it's cold, if it's hot. So yeah, that's dropped in temperature a little bit. Again, I'm just having to think. I want to put some diamond weed killer down for the horsetail, which is down here, down there in the path section, but it's too windy, so I'm not going to do it. I've already done it the other day and it is starting to die back. The tops are starting to die back, should I say, from what I've sprayed. And I can tell that by inside here I sprayed first, and you can see that the nettles are starting to droop. So that tells me that the weed killer that I put on is going to work fine with the mixture that I did with. Yeah. Afternoon, it's Tuesday. I am, as you can see, at home. I'm in the greenhouse. I've been potting on a few things. I didn't show you because I just wanted to get it done. So I'll show you afterwards now. Just starting at the back here, we've got the aubergines, giant aubergines, eggplants. They are in 10 litre pots. They will be going down to the allotment this weekend. I've got some of the smaller tomatoes, the stick tomatoes. I've got 2 germinated. The other ones that I've got, what's that one say again? Mark Lane's Elba. The idea. But we've got some of them sorted. I've got a couple of loofahs here, 3 loofahs, Graham Barrett's loofah and some Ian Neal loofah. These weren't quite ready to be potted up, but I thought so I'm going to do them anyways. At the back here I've got some long cucumbers. I've got 3 of those. Some heavy cucumbers, I've got 2 of them. 100% germination with these cucumbers, and also 100% germinations with these unknown ones as well. I don't know who these were. Obviously they were on the pack that was provided by Graham Barrett, so we'll see what happens with them, but I've got 100% germination with them and they look absolutely tip top. So I've got all of these, which I also need to get out of here because I've got stuff in here which needs to be put back in. So which is currently on there. Got loads of cucumbers on the go here. So
that's where I'm at with it. Me and Sophie have been a bit busy, haven't we, darling? Yeah. So put these hangers on the new fence in the back garden there. I filled all the troughs up ready to go for the plants to go in, and I've popped the begonias as non-stop, and there's also some trailing ones into here before I get me lobelia and that from Grandad Dave's garden. So I'm going to put a couple of lobelia in there, some lobelia at the front so it just trails down, so they're going to look lovely. Now I'm going to see about putting some plants down here. Obviously I'm going to have to move that section at the bottom out of the way so I can put this other one in. I can't do anything like sweet peas or anything down here because my neighbour is highly pollinous. Gets hay fever very easily, so I've tried to pick things that won't spit up much stuff. So that's what we've been up to. I need to get some hanging baskets sorted as well. What's stuck, darling? What's stuck? You come show Daddy.
Yeah.
How are them?
Evening everybody, it's Thursday. I've been very busy today, but I've recorded none of it. But I'm going to show you afters of what I've actually been up to today. Because like I say, I've been quite busy. So my first task was to basically tidy up the front garden. So me and John have been busy and we've taken loads of rubbish away and the old conifers from the back, and this is what I've done at the front.
So while we're getting rid of all of the garden furniture, garden rubbish, managed to get some bark. 60 quid all that cost us. Full dumpy load over the moon, keep it nice and tidy. So I've done that. I've potted some lobelia and some begonias into the middle of this pot with the salix in it, the flamenco tree. So I've gotten that done. One thing I need to do down here now is to clear out the borders. It shouldn't take long. There's some bits and pieces in here already, some alliums and some lavender and English lavender and bits and pieces in here. So I've got that to do. But as I said, I've been very busy, and as you can see, I've got some new baskets on here. And those that follow Dean Roberts on his Back Garden Veg Plot Facebook site will notice what these wall basket hangers. They're very easy to install. You screw them in, and then once they're in, just put them on the top, and that's them on. And these have got all the little gates on the inside here. So these are from Oakland Garden, and there's a deal on at the minute. The Dean 10, from Dean's same name. There's a 10% discount for all of these. So if you get on and you do 10, you get the maximum discount, and then you can put more discount on top with Dean 10 on Oakland Garden's website, which obviously I'll put the link in the description. So these will be getting filled with compost up to the bottoms, and then I'll start planting out and then putting the gates on, and then I can do the top section after that's done. So I've got all of these to do done. I've already done these ones. These are from last year. We've got some begonias in here, some lobelia, which I brought from Grandad. I need to water all of these. And speaking of watering, you might notice something. So not only have I been doing that, I've also put the dripper system in here that I had spare. I was going to put it in the garden, but not only that,
The alleyway, use it for the dogs, for when we don't get out with walking. So they use that, obviously do their business, and we'll pick it up straight away afterwards. We've got a new fence put in between mine and next door, so I thought I'd spruce it up a bit.
So Leslie's been and getting some hanging baskets, and I must say, these hangers here, all done without a spirit level. I bought them all, and they all look straight and lovely. Look at them all, great. So yeah, I've put all of these in. Put these ones in because we've got 10 in total, so there's 4 baskets down here, wall baskets, and I've got Leslie's. We're going to be getting some different baskets other than these ones. I don't like these ones, to be quite honest, but we're going to be, there's something in the pipeline for that, so stay tuned for them, because I'm going to be getting some different ones. So I'm not going to be doing the baskets quite yet for these. I would fill these ones up. And I've also done this today, getting this from B&M, 1999, and used the downpipe. So all the water that comes off the roof goes in here, fills in this bucket, and then I've got the Raddy solar irrigation all set up. Little hole in there, that goes into the back, into the bottom, and feeds all of these, feeds all of them. And I've got it all set up, ready to go. I've got the dogs here. I've got it all set up, all the bits and pieces in here, in here, so it's all done. And on this side, I'm just going to be doing this by hand because I can't jump the pipes over. So just some smart pots, and I've got the ones at the bottom to put in as well. So I've brought all the flowers down as well for that need to go into the baskets and into all the wall baskets and stuff. So I've got all of these begonias, and I've still got some more begonias as well to go in. There's a tray of begonias there as well. So aye, we're going to have some lovely displays, and like I say, I blame Dean.
I planted them out.
Yeah, I thought sort of I'm just going to do it anyways. It's taking us half an hour or something just to get these 4 bedded out, and also it gives us an indication of how much compost I need and what plants I've got for where. So I've just got a mix of begonia compacta, begonia super cascade, sorry that's the same ones, some lobelia, and the apricot sparkle, and the 5 at the bottom there. And I've just done that as a rinse and repeat throughout all of the hangers there. This is going to be the nicest dog toilet in the northeast. I've also cleaned up and everything as well, and given it a good clean down. So yeah, that's me done for today. I want to get the rest of them all planted out possibly tomorrow, and I also need to get me wall sorted here and the general tidy up in the back garden as well. So I need to get all of these planted out. It's not getting done tonight. My back's sore from 4 tip runs yesterday, getting rid of a lot of rubbish. So I spent the majority of the time off this week at home, tidying up at home. I've still got these to plant out as well at the bottom. So like I say, still a lot to do, and I'll give you updates as and when. Inside the shed, still got the aubergines. That's on 12-litre pots, and the bell peppers, yeah, in 10-litre pots. Giving them all a drink. I've still got some begonias at the back there. I've got the rest of the red geraniums down here. So most of these are all Grandad's. Some of them are mine obviously as well. So I've got these all potted out for Grandad Dave. So they will stay in here until they need to get potted out. I've got a fair few, as you can see. Inside of here, I've actually been busy potting my giants up. So I've got my long chilies. So these were from the shoots that I had from the 3 plants I've got down the allotment. Planted them up. I've got the long cucumbers all planted up in 1-litre pots. The tomatoes all potted up. Loofahs all potted up. Cucumbers all potted up here as well. So I've got plenty of cucumbers to be getting on with this year. And I've also got some in here as well. So I've got, of course, these are all the rest of the cucumbers that I've got to plant out. In here I've got some all around collies. I've got some Romanesco cauliflower there which I need to pot on. I've got some chilli here, Matadeo. So there's a couple of chilies there. I've got some Telegraph improved cucumbers. Got loads of sweet bell peppers which Leslie wanted some. Nothing's come up on the grey corn cabbage, and nothing's come up on the Naga chilies. Not that I'm disappointed with them, but I have got some habaneros, and I did have some the bite, I think they're called, in the corner up there. So I'm going across. A couple of tomatoes come up on here, and I've also got one of the chilies at the back, orange butt Jobacala. God, I can't even freaking pronounce it. Apologies for murdering that pronunciation. So yeah, I need to do a bit of potting on and get things moved on inside of there as well. But things are all still look nice, and I am going to be sowing me tomatoes this week as well, my giant tomatoes. So I'll need to grab them and get them sorted out. I know where they are. They're in the house. I know exactly where they are this time around. I've had to order a little bit more of irrigation pipe, so I've got to wait for that to come tomorrow as well to finish off the 3 baskets, but then that'll all be done. I've already got it hooked up with my Wi-Fi, and I can just set up as and when ready to go. So that's going to save a lot of watering over the summer months. So that's anything to make my life a bit easier. Good morning. What a beautiful day it is. It is Friday morning, and as you can see, I'm down at home in the back garden greenhouse. I was very busy yesterday, so I thought I'd get up this morning and I'll start doing some more potting on, and I'm also going to be doing some sowings of the giant tomatoes. I also need to go and check the runner beans and the giant pumpkins to see if any germination has taken place in those. Those are in plastic bags on top, Ziploc bags on top of the light inside of the shed. So first things first, I'll show you what I've done, and then we'll get these tomatoes on. So I've been in, I've potted the habanero chilies up. I've also potted up the Romanesco cauliflowers and the all year round cauliflowers that I had just sitting in a smaller pot. I've still got to pot up these. There's been really poor germination on the chilies and also the striped ones as well. I don't know whether that just was dry or what, but they've been treated no differently to stuff like in there. So a bit disappointed with those, but I've got 2 little tomatoes and 1 chili to pot on, which I'll do today, and that saves all of that space. I've done all of these sweet bell peppers and also the Mateno chili. I've got 2 of them, and the Telegraph improved cucumbers, I've potted them up. The marigolds in here are absolutely loving life, and so are the Swedes, which I've had kept out here all on their lonesome. So yeah, they're all looking good. They'll be getting taken out of the garden shortly. The giant potato, which I've had set for root, has rooted successfully, and I need to get this taken out. I need to get it cut up into different sections so that we can put it into a bigger pot, and then I can plant them out as well and give that a go this year. So I'm just trying to make a bit of space at the moment, as you can see, because I'm running out of it. I've also getting the rest of the hanging basket plants out, and that's down in the alleyway as well. And I am going to continue on filling up the wall baskets that I put on yesterday. Tomatoes, I'm going to do 3 types of tomatoes. Now remember, I only need 4 plants, so I'm going to be sowing 12. I'm going to be sowing 12 seeds today, and the seeds I'm going to be sowing are Megadoom, Domingo and Big Zac. So I'll have 4 of each of these into here, and we should get good germination on them all. That's the tomato sown. I'm going to leave them outside for the day because it's going to be lovely. I'll take them back in on the inside. So that's everything sorted in here. I want to go now and check on the stuff that I put in. Like I said, runner beans and stuff. So let's go have a look in the shed. So this is where I've got them stored. And got them all marked up and everything. So I'm going to have a quick look to see if there's been any action, any movement. And if there is, we'll get them potted up. So 4 days in, the giant field pumpkin that I grew last year. After 4 days, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 germinated. So I'll be taking these 4 and we'll pot these 4 up and put the rest back in the bag. See if anything else comes up. So just in case mine didn't come up or didn't germinate, I actually put some of these field pumpkins in. And I only put 4 in. As you can see, I've got 3 germinated, sorry. This one I think was a bit dry because the paper's dry at the top. I have put a bit of more water in, the ones that I put back on top, so I'm going to get these 3 set away now and put this one back. So there's nothing yet on the runner beans, but say it again, it's only been 4 days. I'm absolutely amazed that these have actually germinated so quick. So I'm getting all them potted up and I'm going to leave them inside of the greenhouse. So that's 3, 6, that's 7 giant pumpkins. I ain't gonna need 7. We'll see which one grows the best, and then we'll be able to pick and choose which one I can take forward. So I'll be the first to admit, I've never done dried potato. Any justice anyways, but I've never put one back and then put it in after separating it off. So what I've done here is I've separated to see where the root balls are, and I'm just going to be cutting the potato up in sections, so like across the top of there, across side of here, and then basically just in the middle there, and I'll have 2 separate sections there, so there'll be 4 potatoes plants hopefully from 1 potato. So a little time later, I've managed to get 5 out of here, making sure that I've got a good root system and also at least 1 eye on the potato section itself. So you see a good root section, potato section itself, good root ball, etc, etc. Now these open-ended cuts here I use with a very sharp clean knife, and I'm going to put some yellow sulphur on, and then I'm going to pot into 5-litre pots, all of these. Right, that's condor potatoes done. I've even put little trays on the bottom. Yeah, so everything's pretty much done in here. I really do want to start potting up those cucumbers, but I find it difficult to try and get them out without breaking them. So I'm going to have to think of another way to do that. But other than that, I'm going to have a drink and see what else I can do here. Right, another task all done. Got the flowers in all of the side of the shed walls here. I've just went with trailing plants this year at the tops. I haven't put any in the sides. I'm debating whether or not to swap these out for the wall baskets, to be honest, because they're much easier to put on and manage and maintain. I'll have to have a think. But yeah, all I've got is lobelia and some begonias. These are the apricot shade begonias. I love the apricot shade begonias. We've lost a fair few of these. Obviously the birds have taken a fair few of the liners, so I've just used compost bags. They'll do, because the flowers will come over. I'm not really fussed about the look of it at the minute. I just want to get the plants in, and I've managed to get that done. Well, it's been a day of tinkering on again. So I've pallet in the background to stop Sophia from running into next door's garden. I am planning on getting the front garden all gated and fenced off, but we've had to stick to this. She's absolutely loving it in the front garden, yeah, in the sunshine. So is the dog. But I've been messing about and I've been tinkering on with all of these for the water, and I'll show you what I've done. I've got those drippers on at the minute, and I've changed from these ones here, so from them ones to these ones, because I can control them ones a bit better. So obviously this system is only designed for 10 plants. This has got much more than 10 plants on, or 10 baskets on, and it runs fine all the way. These two as well are all right. On the main baskets here, what I've had to do is, because I've just had it in one place, it was just going down and straight out of the bottom, because I've got no plastic on the insides. Like, these will be all right because I've got a reservoir at the bottom. But here, I've had to split it off again and just turn the drippers on very slowly so that it actually waters the entire basket. So yeah, and I don't think this one is water. Does this one get water on? No, I don't think this one is getting any water. If it is, it's minuscule. So what I'm doing is, this basket here and that basket there isn't, because I've put the cable all the way around, all the way up there, along the side, down and into here. What I've done is, when I get my adapter, because every single basket except from them two at the front door on forgetting to fill the water, so I'll either do it by hand, or what I'll do is I've put this adapter on here so that I can put the hose on through here and it'll definitely reach. So, and this is it's a one-way valve, so it only goes up that way. So I've put that on, and that should be alright, but I haven't got the adapter section for this. It's down at the allotment, so I need to go and get that. But yeah, everything here is absolutely, sort of adjust that tap, because that tap's going a bit too much. Sophia likes playing with the water coming out the bottom. I've been having a bit of a tidy up and everything as well. My garden's an absolute mess, but so Elizabeth wanted a barbecue tonight, so I've cleared up this area here and put a bit of bark around. And this I got off Kieran, the apprentice, for helping him build a greenhouse. So we're going to get this thing lit up and have a barbecue outside. Another absolute glorious day today. It's Saturday and it's afternoon. I've come down to water. I was going to show you something really handy and funny. Sophia's busy watering, which is lovely, but she's also just bloody soaked me as well. So thanks for that, darling. Appreciate it. Can you water that cabbage instead of watering Daddy, please? Thanks very much. She did it Leslie yesterday. I killed myself laughing. That's just karma, that. Leslie's sitting giggling in the background here. Thanks, darling. Appreciate it. Right, you're locked in. You're locked in there. Look, glad I can't turn the hose off, Leslie. Get off. No, Sophia. Hey. I can't get in there because she's going to soak us. No, Sophia, stop it. Stop it. You're evil. No, she's getting from the gap. She's from the gap, run. Right, back home and eventually dry. Little tinker that she is. I've got pictures showing just before. I was about to turn around and say, look how cute she is watering this plant. And you can see by the pictures, there's 3 of them, and you can see the thought process in her brain thinking, should I get him? Right, back at home. I've been out today. We've been to get some laminate flooring for Sky in Kyle's bedroom. We're separating the rooms off basically. But while I was there, we had a look in B&Q, Wicks and the range, and looked at all of the plants and other things like that. And what I've picked up is in was it B&Q? No, it wasn't B&Q, it was the range. They've had some petunias, some impatiens, some lobelia, but we found a big tray full of 75% off. 79 pence cost us for 10 of these. So I went mad. And I've got loads, so I'm going to start. I needed some more plants in any case, so I'm actually going to start doing some baskets from the ones that I've got. So this is how I'm going to be doing my baskets this year. Now when it comes to the baskets, I'm no expert at all. I've just done some compost here, the professional potting, because it's the only one I've got until tomorrow. I'm going to do a mix of each of these, and I've also got some apricot shade begonias as well. So the lobelia will trail, the apricot shades will trail, the impatiens will, impatiens, sorry not impatiens, impatiens, however you pronounce it, I'm not bothered. They'll sit nice and they'll not get too big, and also the petunia will trail as well. So I'm going to have a mix. I've got 4 baskets here, 2 smaller ones and 2 larger ones. 2 smaller ones will be going at the front door, and these 2, along with some other ones that I've got, will be going along the front. And that's 16-inch pots done. I took a little bit of time because I had to cut holes at the bottom there. It is what it is with them, but I've got lots, like I said, lots of different plants. We've got petunias, different colour petunias in here, the begonias, the apricot shades, the lobelia is at the back there. We've got some more petunias here, the impatiens, whatever they're called. Oh, I will get the names. What's it? Impatiens, whatever you want to call it. Different colours. We've got, just to show you, we've got a purple petunia there, we've got a red petunia, we've also got a different colour petunia as well, but I can't remember what colour it was. But what I'm doing is I'm going to top off that because I don't want the flowers on here just yet, so that'll produce more from there as well, so make it a bushier plant, which is great, exactly what I would like. Right, that's me done with them 2. I'm actually going to go live now, and I'm going to do the other 2 little ones on the live, so I'll see you all over there. Morning, I'm in the greenhouse down at the bottom of the garden, the allotment, and I'm busy trimming my bush. Well, technically it's a vine, but I'm busy trimming my vine. I'm by no means expert. I'm a massive beginner when it comes to the grapevine, but this is my grapevine in the bottom of the greenhouse in the northeast of England, and I've had success with it for the past 3 years. It's a cutting that I got off my granda, which was a few years already, and it was only starting this corner. It was only about up to here, but since then it's developed, and I've trained it to go up here. So I'm going through, this is a double greenhouse. We're going through one greenhouse here, and we're going into the back of the second greenhouse. So what I've got is I trained this so that I'll get all the grapes on that side, and this side wouldn't be covered. It's already got enough shade to start with. So I've taken all of the shoots off down here as it's progressed along, and this is where I'm up to. I've got an absolute abundance of grapes on this grapevine. Loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. But what I want to do is I don't want any more shoots because I've got a train where I want it to go. This, realistically, I want to have that down the other side. I'll have them both sides so that they fall down onto this bench here, and I can just pick them like that. So that can go down there. But what we've got is we've got lots of secondary shoots. Well, lots of different, we've got shoots that's sprouting off basically. That wants to be a main runner. Well, guess what? Not today. So what I'll do is I'll just nip it just after a couple of leaf nodes there. And I only ever want one bunch of grapes on one length of vine. So we'll see if I can find them because I've been quite busy pulling them all off. So we've already got 2 on there. But that's fine because it's all going to be one big bunch. Same with that one there. That one there is going to be fine. Now that's only going to be a little, I'm going to take that off. That's not going to survive because it's too short. I don't want that one neither, so we'll just tidy that up. I've got, let's see, I'm just winging this here. So there we, is that one? Yeah, there we go. So we've got one there. We've got these ones here, and then we've got these ones at the end here. I don't want them ones at the end, so I'll just take them off. The weight of the grapes will eventually pull the vine down. I've trained this to go down that way, so I'll have one going across there and across there. So I'll have some next to the window and some on this section here. Now here we'll go, prime example. It's a bit difficult to see with the shade and everything, but pull it down, that's going to get to there. We've got a bunch here, we've got a bunch here. I don't want that secondary bunch. I want to put all the effort and energy into the first bunch. So I've nipped the top off, and that will all focus its energy onto that bunch of grapes. So there's a couple of things to remember with the grapes, is once you get a big bunch on, you want to get rid of the smaller ones. Now we're not quite that stage yet, but it is a handy thing to remember. Now here I've got 3 bunches on one vine here. So I'll have to take them off, I'll have to take them off. I know, it doesn't seem right, but I trust the process. And that comes across there, that's great. I'm trying to shift some of these as well. So I don't like them being in there, so I'll get rid of them ones. Actually, I'm just winging it. If it doesn't look right, I'll take it off. And we'll go right at the end, just take that vine end off, and that'll be done. But like I say, if you maintain it and look after it, it will look after you in abundance. And I've had this the past couple of years where it has done that. So as you can see, there's a few grapes on there. You can actually take cuttings from the grapes as well. So I could take that and put it in some water or put some in compost, and that could be another grapevine. But I'm not going to bother. Right, I'm going to finish off doing this, then crack on. So when I was down last night, I kind of made a mistake before we left. Swim anybody? Half a foot in there. So that's the lowest part of this greenhouse. It always floods when it's heavy rain, but obviously I've left the tap on. So what will happen is the beds will soak this up. So I don't have the water in here for a little while at least. That's a bonus. Oh, warm on the day. Right, I've got a different spray bottle here because I've just done some weeding. Done some weed killer with diamond to get rid of the mare's tail, and it's actually taken effect the first lot I did, so that's great. So I've just done another round there. So it's now time for me to do some pesticide, organic pesticide to get rid of this green fly epidemic that we've got, because there's loads of green fly knocking around. They're all over the plants and the tulips on the outside. So I'm going to do that, and then next time I'm down, I'm going to give everything a drink with some foliar feed. Now, the things that I use throughout the season, moonshine products, and I also do for the plant feed as well. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be having the bio, and you need to put 50 millilitres concentrate per 950 millilitres water. So give or take 55 ml to 1 litre. So I've already got that in here. I've got about 2.5 litres of water, so I'm only about 200 ml. So I'm going to mix this up, get rid of the child-proof lock, fill this up, that'll give us what I need. Put the lid back on. Give it a spray, give it a shake. Then it's just a case of pumping it up, and once it's pumped up, just just go around the plants and get them all a oh, wait a minute, that's not working. That's why. Spray. Do this once a week, we'll be laughing. Right, I'm gonna crack on. Right, that's all of them cleaned off with some pest control. I've just moved the swede that I had outside. I've got two of them which I can move, two of them which I can't. So as you can see behind us here, these two I cannot move because the bottoms have come away and I can't pick them up. I pick them up, everything will fall out. So them two are going to be staying outside and covered up. And the other two I've put in the blue polytunnel in here. So at least we'll have a rough idea this year of how swedes will perform. Obviously I've got to do what is manually. The kohlrabi, the beetroot and the carrots. So we'll see how these all perform this year. These three kohlrabi I might just pop into the middle because they just need watering by hand. The drippers aren't helping them because it's only dripping in one place, whereas the other ones obviously are dripping all the way around the plant. So because you can see by the difference in this one, which is all at the same size, this one here compared to the likes of this one and the little one and the other little one. So them three need to be either kicked out or moved elsewhere, and the only place I can put them is in the middle here, and then I've got a space to walk down the side and space to walk down the side nice and clearly. In fact, I might do that now. If I am, I won't do it now. And done. So this is a bit better to get around with and stuff like that. So but what I might also do is I might take them potatoes and put them in the yellow polytunnel because there's more space in there. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. You know when the best time to move plants is? Right after you've watered them. Bloody things weight ton. Right, that can stay in. In fact, I might put it in the corner because I'm not going to be getting in that corner. That's a good idea, that, Dean. Good thinking, Dean. There we go. They're going to be out the way. Then I can still get access to the water as well, which is great. I've brought the giant bell peppers down. Oh, as you can see, I think they've got 1 in 10 litre, 1 in 3 and 12 litre pots. Yeah, I need to take all the side shoots off them actually. Get them a bit higher up. There we go. You see, we're already starting to get flowers on. I didn't want this till September. I need to stake them up because they're a bit wobbly there. So I'm going to get the stakes and I'll stake them up now. And I've also got, and that over there, is the giant aubergines. Now, how I've set them up for water is, obviously in here, I'm nowhere near ready to be planting anything out. So all I've done is these nozzles here go into the tray. And that'll soak into the tray there. And then this one drips into this tray. So I can set it up. Same with that one over there. I've put two in that one over there. So 20 minutes is all it takes just to get that filled up. So every couple of days I can sort that out. All the rest of them are all tied off basically because I didn't have another big black tray. I just got the smaller one and that'll get that one done. So I can still turn it on and set it to program every couple of days to fill the bottoms if need be, or could be 4 days or something like that. Oh, you can see a sweat on my face, it's absolutely on fire. I'll tell you what a good thing to do is when you're on fire. Take your shirt off, put that one side, you get your head, and you're going, oh, that's refreshing. Oh, hey. Oh, that's better. Or alternatively, you could always just dunk your hat. Right, I've got one set up for water and one set up for feeding. I've popped it over into the feeding tube for this week, so at least this will all get fed this week. I don't need them to be watered, and I've already filled the tanks up for the other side, so they're all done. The swimming pool is, the swim lane is going down basically, so that's good. And I've also fixed a potential problem that was happening inside of here because it was draining, and that's to do with the last bucket, but that's done. Let's have a quick tour around the garden before I head home, do them plants. At the top of the garden, I've gotten rid of all this rubbish. So all of that rubbish has been down and that rubbish has gone as well. I've still got to shift all of this, but it will be getting done. I have made a start, which is great. I still like to say I need it. It's just clutter. It's not rubbish, it's just clutter now. Inside of here, we've got that onion's near good anymore. Them tomato shoots, which I've already actually given to another plot holder who was struggling. So they're happy with that. I need to take these tomatoes down for little Riley so he can take them and put them in his greenhouse. The sweet peas that I sowed, one, so it's a good job I bought some more. Same with these onions. These are the smallest onions I had, and these are for Riley, so I need to take them down to his, which I'll put in the car tonight. Coming outside of here, we can see a lovely display of tulips. They're all beautiful. Obviously the weeds have come through here again, so I need to go around with a hoe and hoe that. I have sprayed the trees. Still a little bit of blossom left on the apple tree, and the pear trees all got fruit on over here. I'll just take this over there. We've all got little pears on here. Now I'm not touching any of these, because what will happen is we do get June drop. So come June time, hopefully we don't have any late frosts. Then I will pollinate it, but like little ones that haven't fully pollinated, when the wind shakes it, it'll drop down. So we'll get rid of those. Ideally I need to get rid of the stuff in the bottom as well, because it's just the trees at the top which I need to do. The branches, sorry, should I say. Into the first brassica cage, we've got 4 giant cabbage on the left hand side here. They were put out a while ago, and obviously the cold has getting to them to start with, but with the warmer weather coming in, we've got some fresher leaves, nicer colour leaves. There's Lee's Choice. There's the biggest one here. I am going to have to pay attention in future regards to when I pot them up. I potted this one up into 10 litres, and I potted the rest up to 5 litres, and you can just see the difference in them. So definitely was a bit late potting them on. Then I've got Swede. I've got a Swede in the tub, which was a spare one, and then I've got the ones at the back, which I've had a good drink, and yeah, they're coming on all right. Again, I'm not expecting masses and masses of huge Swede, but we will see what happens. They're in, that's the main thing. Coming out of the brassica cage, we've got obviously different flowers and everything here as well. We've got some lavender, tulips, we've got mini mums, lavender, tulip, mini mums, blah blah blah, all the way down to the bottom of there. And I've got me giant garlic in here. They're starting to die back, as you can see, so they'll be getting ready for lifting shortly. 2 Swedes are going to be left outside. I've got onions that Riley put in. These ones are looking better than them ones. Don't know why, it is what it is, but I've just given them all a good drink. Lilies looking absolutely fantastic. I'm over these every time I come down. I'm over them, the magnifying glass, so to speak, looking for the red lily beetle. I've already killed several today, and I always think I can see more. I've even seen some eggs as well, which I've killed. So yeah, they're all looking great. The yellow polytunnel, I've weed coloured down the sides, so the mare's tail that's coming through, this little bits will get caught. Bell peppers will stay in here, the aubergines as well. So I'm planning on either keeping the aubergines inside of here and putting them in between the tomatoes there and here, because there's space. I could even keep the bell peppers in here as well between the cucumbers, depending on what size, what space I've got. I have to wait and see what happens. And on this side I need to cover over this with a lid. Just the fact, to be honest, I might even need to pop a tiny little bit of bleach in here just to kill off any of the bugs that's inside, which I will do. And inside the bottom here I'm going to have a feed in there. So I've got a big one for water and a little one for feeding. Green fly, little green fly. So that's green fly, obviously they're green in the fly. Aphids actually, to be honest. So all them aphids, I've sprayed all of them, so I'd rather on there than on my giant veg like. Into the blue polytunnel, as I showed you, we've got the normal drinking water and we've got the feed. I've swapped them over onto the feed. The kohlrabis are doing really well. We should be getting hopefully some pups on here shortly, but you can see the size of a, how do you say, it's bigger than a baseball. Good size, but I've got a few of them that's about that size as well. This one's a smaller one and that one's a smaller one, leading all the way down to the bottom. So they're looking good. Bear in mind they're supposed to pick these kohlrabi when they're the same size as a golf ball, but these are the giant type. And then we've got the 2 Swedes on there, which you've already seen. The sweet candle carrots I have thinned down to 1 per station. So we'll get 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 out of that. The beetroots, some of them have got loads of leaves, some of them have got no leaves, hardly any, but they've got a beet on the bottom. I need to reach out and speak to a few guys to see what's the best ones. And then we've got carrots on this side, which I've already showed you this week. I'm sure I have. I can't remember what I've done, man. I did, because I fertiled around the bottom here, and we've seen a nice big bit of orange. So we'll just put that back. So yeah, everything's in here. Everything's good inside the little greenhouse. Get lower level. You can see the height of these. These are thriving in the water pots. Been great not having to water them. The one, like you see, the only downside has been is this has been the odd one at the end here that's drained the entire tank on a couple of occasions. So I will have to go through these again and take the side suckers off, and then I'll have to tie them up a bit higher up as well. But we should be having some tomatoes on soon. We are currently on our second truss. We've got 3 trusses. Don't know what a truss is. Truss is where the flowers form on the tomato plant. So that's a truss there. Then the next one up, so there's another truss up there. Now normally I have loads of problems with the plants at the front door. They're normally smaller than the rest of them, but as you can see, not too bad, which is good. Into the secondary brassica cage. We've got 8 giant cabbages in here. I've been munched on, to be honest. I don't know what's munched on them, especially this one, but in that Eve. Something's definitely had a good old chomp at that. Now see, it's not birds, because birds kind of get in the cage. So I've weed-clad down the sides and just obviously sprayed it right down low to where the stuff is. But again, we should have a decent amount of giant cabbage in here. And like I say, they're car tires, so you can for size reference, you can see the size of them already. And then I've got one in a big air pot here, which has been watered nicely. That was just a spare one that I had. That was the one that I had in the greenhouse there, in the onion house. So that is that's getting some size. I'm gonna have to think about staking that up somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but cross that bridge when we get to it. The spare beetroots that I put outside, they've just had a good old drink with a soaker hose underneath. Again, I'll not be expecting nothing major to come from these. I've not had any big ones out of here beforehand. I think it was five pound was the biggest one I've had. But they've gone nice in jars, I suppose. I've got carrots in this bed here, which I have actually kept water. I've got some more black bead membrane to go on, and then just cut down the middle once I start seeing the carrots come up. And actually have seen some carrots come up. So there's 2 down here. So there's 2 there. And look, you see these were off the tape, and there's another one down there. Once you spot one, you can spot them all. I mean, look, you can see the tape here. Oh boy, that should be in the ground, that tape. That should be in the ground, but it's not. Can't let a failure on my half for preparation. If you let it prepare to fail, and this is probably going to fail. It is what it is though. Then into the swimming pool, I mean the onion house. Everything is sitting in here nicely. We're going to have a smaller one on this side, and I know that's because of the solar panel which I've put on the outside. So everything in here is looking lovely. These are farther on than what these ones were, but obviously that's because these were put in a couple, I think it was a week and a bit earlier. So I've had a bit more time in the bed. I need to come across these, and I need to come along these and take off all the dead flags. I need to tidy them all up, but I couldn't get in here the day because obviously I soaked everything. So I might get my fishing rod actually. I've got the long chilies at the back. There's a couple of them already taken. There's already a couple of chilies on there. So again, I'll seek further advice when it comes to that. But you can see how high these flutes are up. They're huge. Again, the length of my arm. Pull them over the side there. But they're all there. They're all nice and crisp. There's none dying. There's no sign of yellowing. They're all nice and healthy for me. Hopefully we'll get into a show this year with them. But that's all down to me. This is the easy bit, the growing bit. The preparation bit is the hard bit. I've also brought one of the temperature sensors in, that thing there, so I can actually see what the temperature is like in here. It's normally 30 degrees and some days it's crazy. I've had to open the door all day the day. which I'm going to have to shut now because I'll be heading home. So the bottom polytunnel, you've already seen all the grapes. They've all been sprayed and they've all been sorted as well. Oh, still a couple in there. It's absolutely on fire in here. Oh, I've missed a couple up there, like. Oh, I'll have to do this afterwards. I'll take that off. Oh, too many at the end. But I mean, look at the size of this. There's the flute. It's the same height as my chest. This is all working absolutely fine. Let's see, these are all spares anyways. These have all been treated today. But they're looking nice and tidy. In the back, I still need to clean all this up. Because I was planning on putting them peppers and everything down there, but I've got this spare space. So we'll see what happens with it anyways. A bit more tidying up needs to be done. But I am farther ahead than I have been in previous years. So I'm pleased with that. I'm all prepared. I've got a better setup than I have done in previous years. So we'll see how that works for me. Right, time to head home. More graft to be done. Right, I've just taken the tripod dinner. I'm stuffed. Playing in the front garden. So I'm going to get my bags of compost here. And I'm going to fill all of these buckets up. Wall baskets even. And done. Let's spin you around and I'll show you the outcome. Just excuse Lily out the way there. So we've got all the baskets all planted out. What are you doing? You're a bit too far out there. There we go. Just a little bit of tailoring. But we've got likes of lobelia, petunia, we've got busy lizzies, got some marigolds in the back there. All of these in sync and in tandem, so we should have a nice colour, nice display all the way through. And what I've done is, because these baskets don't have any liners in them to help keep the water in, I've just put some pots at the bottom here to catch all of the water that's dripping out, so we're not going to be wasting water, which is very handy. But this is all going to look lovely. It's not just down here though, because we've also got the baskets up here, and obviously the baskets that I made on the live last night are going to be going at the front here. And yeah, I've brought this tree lily pot from the side because we're going to be having one drip down here, and then we're going to have another one drip down there, so I might get another one brought in down there. But then that's all of the front done, and this has been left on for 20 minutes, and it's making everything nice and wet, which is great. That's done. And these are all done obviously as well. I have getting some trellis yesterday, so I'm going to see what these trellises are like. I might just pop them in between here, in between there, and obviously in between there. I do want to get some proper trellis to go across the top here, just to make the fence a bit bigger on this side. But for, like I say, what it's going to be, nicest dog toilet in the northeast. I've been getting some more compost and stuff as well. So not all of that's for here. I'm going to put it away once I'm finished, and then that's me all done. So I need some more plants. I've run out of plants.
wonder where they all went. So I'm going to clean up the front and I'm going to get this video edited. But there's a saying in life, happy wife, happy life. So, wife, are you happy? I'll leave that there. Right, thanks everybody for watching. It's been a long one this week. It's been a fortnightly update. Like I say, wasn't very much putting out last week, so I thought I'd get all of this extra content this week. Back to work tomorrow, back to the original 8 to 5, 8 to 4. So we'll get that done. I'll get the rest of the bits and pieces done afterwards. Like the sweet peas need to be put in, and you've got a few more tubs to fill, more flowers to put in and more flowers to buy, so there'll be more stuff to be happening next week. But automation is going to be the key this year, and hopefully we'll get a lovely display from it as well. So thanks everybody for watching, thanks for liking and subscribing. For anybody that wants any links to all of the stuff that I've used and purchased myself, feel free to have a look in the description, because you can have a click on there and have a look in there for the stuff that I've been buying. Helps me out as well. Right, catch you all next time. Toodaloo.